I heard this story directly from Reb David Orlovsky, who's the Rosh Hashiva of Gerem Sifta Beis Yisrael, a personal friend of myself, my family, for many, many decades, and a mechanech par excellence. Everybody knows Reb David Orlovsky, a very chashuv person. One of the most famous mechanechim of the last generation was Reb Gadol Eisner. Reb Gad Eisner. Reb Gadol. He was affectionately known as Gadol, or Reb Gadol. He was my father's Rebbe in Lodz. He was already a mechanech before the war in Lodz in Poland. After the war, he was a famous mashgiach ruchni of Geri Yeshiva, Yeshivas Chedushei Arim in Tel Aviv. He was the mechanech in the generation that witnessed the destruction of Polish Jewry in general and Polish Hasidus, Gera Hasidus in particular, and the miraculous rebirth of Yiddishkeit in general and Gera Hasidus in particular. The Beis Yisrael, the Ger Rebbe, Tzchus Yogan Aleinu, was both his Rebbe and his boss. And those of you who know about the Beis Yisrael, he was extremely sharp, and what he said, you did. Everybody listened to whatever the Beis Yisrael ever said, ever. And once the Beis Yisrael sent a message to Rav Gadol that there's a certain boy in Yeshiva in Chedushei Arim that you have to send away. For whatever reason, he said you have to send him away. News got back to the Rebbe a few weeks later, the boy's still in Yeshiva. So he sent another message to Rav Gadol. This boy you have to send out of Yeshiva. Still, Rav Gadol did not throw the boy out. A few weeks later, Rav Gadol came to Yerushalayim. He was in Chedushei Arim, was in Tel Aviv. He came to Yerushalayim. He went to the Rebbe for Shabbos, and the Beis Yisrael called him in. And he tells him, I sent you a few messages to throw this boy out of Yeshiva, and you didn't listen to me? Rav Gadol said, I did listen to you. The Rebbe said, but I told you to throw out the boy. Rav Gadol said, I did throw him out. The Rebbe said, so he's not in Yeshiva anymore? Rav Gadol said, he is in Yeshiva. So the Beis Yisrael said, so how could you say you threw him out if he's still in Yeshiva? So Rav Gadol explained to the Rebbe, we first have to know a little bit. In Hilchos Shabbos, it says something called Yitzia. Yitzia means when you carry something out of Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, from private property to public property. Hachnasa means you carry something in from Rosh Hashanah, from public property, into Rosh Hashanah. So we have in Hilchos Shabbos, Yitzia and Hachnasa. Said Reb Gadol, the Gemara in Shabbos says, in Abeis Amud Beis, Yitzias HaShabbos Shtayim Shehin Arba. There's two kinds of Yitzias that are really four. And then the Gemara says, what are the two that are four? Yitzias Tarte Haven, Shtayim the Hoitza, Vishtayim the Achnasa. The four kinds of Yitzias are the two that are Lagabe Hoitza and the two that are Lagabe Achnasa bringing in. Frek the Gemara, V'Yitzias Ktani, V'lo Yitzi doesn't say Yitzi of Achnasa, it says Yitzias. So again, the Mishnah says there are four kinds, basically four kinds of Yitzias. And one of the Tana says, how do you have four? There's two Yitzia and two Achnasa. The Gemara says, so why are you calling it? It says Yitzias. It doesn't say Yitzias and Achnasa. Amar Rav Ashi, Tana, this Tana, Achnasa nami Hoitza karle. He calls Achnasa bringing in, he also calls it Hoitza. So when it says there's four kinds of Hoitza, it includes the two of Yitzias and the two Achnasa. Said Reb Gadol, I hold like this Tana. I also pass in like this Tana, that the Yitzia, that Achnasa nami Hoitza karle, that the Rebbe said to throw him out. I did throw him out. I was Yoitza, what the Rebbe told me, because you could be Yoitza throwing a kid out of yeshiva with Achnasa, with bringing him close to me. I was Makar of him, I brought him closer to me, and with that I was Yoitza Yitzia. And the Beis Yisrael accepted that. So we see a new pshat. We should never throw a kid out of yeshiva. There's so many things that you can do. But chas v'shalom, push comes to shove, and you really, that's it. You have to throw him out of yeshiva. There's a way to be Yoitza. Achnasa. We have to pass him like Rav Ashi that says that Tana Achnasa nami Hoitza karle. Pilei plan. That's a mechanech. That's a mechanech that refuses to give up on his Talmud. That his boss tells him, you got to fire him. He'll find the pshat in the Gemara. He'll find a way. I have to bring. I'll be Yoitza a different way. The Beis Yisrael, nobody messed around with the Beis Yisrael. Nobody defied the order of the Beis Yisrael. And he risked his job and his Rebbe because he found another way to be Yoitza the Rebbe's words. Unbelievable.